Hi, everybody. Tom Sandoval does the most awkward interview in the history of interviews. Carolyn is on Gabby's podcast, and they are having a full-on kiki and spilling all the tea. We have to talk about these things. So grab a beverage. Hopefully, you're wearing something very, very comfy. Smash that like, hit that subscribe, and let's get this party started.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want, 'cause your heart's made of gold. But don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Stand-up comedian and pop culture vulture, Joleen Lunzer here for another No Offense, All Offense. Thank you for your patience as I am extremely late today. Apologies to everyone, but thank you for being amazing and understanding my time blindness and also the fact that I didn't get a lot of sleep and I have these big dark circles under my eyes and I put on way too much concealer to hide it, thinking it would hide it, but then it does that thing that happens when you get older where it sits in all your creases. And so then I wiped it off and I was like, nah, just put it back on. And then I got mascara in my eye. And then I realized I only had orange Celsius left. So today it's not a great day, you guys.
That's my opinion!
All right, just my opinion. Okay. Speaking of which, this is No Offense, All Offense, your pop culture comedy roast show where we talk about all the things we love to hate, hate to love, reality television, trending news topics, pop culture, just anything that strikes our fancy. Like Tamara Judge just told you, it's just my opinion. You guys are welcome to have your own opinion in the live chat and we can agree to disagree. Also, reminder, sometimes I share secrets and things on here. But everything I say today is alleged for entertainment purposes only. However, everything I'm going to say is true, except for the parts that are false. So don't sue me.
Allegedly.
But you're going to have an excellent time. So smash that like, hit that subscribe. You know the drill. If you want to support the channel further, you can always send a super chat while we're live. You can hit me up on the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. All the information is in the description. And today, in a couple hours, I might have to move it back an hour. We'll see how long this live goes because I got things to say. I want to have some fun with you guys. But later today, we are going to be having a members only live. And Steven and hopefully Jamie B are going to pop up and who knows who else. And that is where we really just let our hair down and have fun, have lots of laughs, get a little messy. So if you want to be a part of that, check out my Patreon. And if you sign up there in the Joleen Besties or the other one is Official Lean Team or any of my memberships on YouTube here, you can be a part of all the members only. All right. So good to see you. So good to see you. Witness, you can't type anything? No, you type whatever you want, Witness. We love you. Is Mims here? Someone said Mims is here. Steven is here. All the peeps are here. So smash that like and we have to get into it. We got to get started. Let's get this party started, Joleen. Let's do a little, my favorite song. Not everyone's favorite song, but my favorite song from one of my least favorite people.
Sun on your skin, 6 a.m. and I've been watching you sleep. And honey, I'm so afraid you're gonna wake up and say that you should probably leave.
Honey, I'm so afraid you're gonna wake up and say that you should probably leave. Beer. Okay. So as I was saying, Tom Sandoval did the Not Skinny But Not Fat podcast. Okay. It's just so crazy what's happening post traders. They are really Us Weekly, I think, had a story. I got to read it still about, is Tom Sandoval redeemed? No, stop it. He's currently in a legal battle with Rachel Raquel for like revenge P for allegedly screen recording an intimate FaceTime sexting video sesh they did. And he screen recorded it and saved it to his phone without her consent, according to her, which is how Ariana found out they were having the affair. So who knows who else saw this or who he sent it to? Like, he's that guy. So how can you be redeemed when you're currently in a lawsuit with a woman who's claiming you recorded her sexually without her consent? Are we going kook? Is this what in the cuckoo bananas is going on? No. Also, just because he was a dumbass on Traitors and went, doesn't mean that he's a redeemed individual. He's never been sorry. He continues to blame women every interview he does. He's always been super shitty to Ariana and other women. He had so many years with a pristine edit. He chose to tear that down himself. He's done no work on himself. He thinks he's the victim of his own crimes. You know the drill. So stop it. Stop it, everybody. But clearly, he has some people behind him wanting this redemption arc that just isn't. And it doesn't have to be. You have to work on yourself, Tom. And the fact that, what does he need redemption from? He's lost nothing. People have had opinions about him on the internet. Welcome to the world, Tommy. I have it too. And I wasn't even on a big television show. A lot of us. People had opinions on your behavior and it came with social consequences. But really, what consequences other than people going, I don't really like this guy? You got more opportunities. You were on more television shows than you ever were before. So your kind of star rose, even though it was through more of a villain edit. Now that's on you. You acted like a villain. So people are going to think, hey, he might just be a villain. But really, you've lost nothing. You went immediately on tour with your band. People actually allegedly buy tickets to that shit. And you can't even sing. The privilege. The privilege. Go white boy, go white boy, go. The privilege. Oh my God. And then you went on Masked Singer. Still can't sing. You went on Special Forces. Nothing special about you. You went on The Traitors, which is an Emmy award-winning television show. You got another season of Vanderpump Rules. Am I missing a show? I feel like I'm missing a show in there. You'll continue to get more opportunities than you ever would have pre-Sandoval. So again, I argue for the courts. I've been watching too much Karen Reed, I think. What did you lose? What pain and agony did you go through? I would argue the women through the years have went through far more pain and agony than you. The women in your life. Pay your mom back, Tom. Pay her back her retirement. And then the women you've dated. And the women who have to watch you on television. Case dismissed, closed. You're guilty, but really you've never gotten any punishment. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Amy, I'm somehow just now in the past week getting on the Karen Reed thing. People would tell me like, oh, check out the Karen Reed trial. And I'm like, I can't do trials right now. I can't. Okay. And I'm like, oh, this shit is fascinating. And I watched a 2020 that really got me started on it. And I think it was a 2020 from this summer, but I just recently watched it because like every, American woman and maybe women in other countries, I like to fall asleep ever so gently to murder shows because right now that's soothing to me. All right. The world is scary enough. So I'm like, let me just live in here. And then she was alone and somebody followed her and you'll never believe who was the one behind it all. Always the husband, always the boyfriend, always a friend, always someone that she might have, turned down, that she might have rejected. And he didn't take it so well. Hence that looks like a hand job, but you know what I'm saying? Like stab. And then when it's a woman doing it, oh my God, I watched one of a woman got buried her ex in the backyard and got remarried standing over his buried body. I was like, savage, classy, bougie, ratchet. Oh my gosh, that was very savage. It's a man's world, like Kara said, but it would be nothing without a woman or a girl. Producer Prince is just, the cats are, I brushed them this morning and they're feeling ever so fancy. Fancy. Okay, so we're back. I actually don't watch a ton of ID channel. I watch a lot of 2020, some Dateline, but 2020 is really my jam. I love it because I get my John Quinones fix. I get my the other people, the woman, I forget her name, but there's some great women on the 2020s telling us about the schmurder. All right, let's get into this, you guys. Okay, so we're gonna do some recap roasting commentary on this latest Not Skinny But Not Fat podcast episode with Tom Sandoval that came out. Let me look and see when that came out. Okay, here we go. A day ago. So sure you are following Not Skinny But Not Fat. Go give her a like. We never want to stop a woman's bag. If you're not already subscribed to her on YouTube, you can get subscribed. Not skinny, but not fat. And then obviously audio wherever you find podcasts. Then if we have time today, if not, we can do more tomorrow. We're going to talk about Carolyn and Gabby's interview on Gabby's podcast because I've only listened to part of it and it was already like, woo! So I went from like Tom Sandoval's interview on Not Skinny But Not Fat, which was so awkward, to Gabby and Carolyn, which was amazing and awkward in all the good ways. Okay. Oh, you waited to watch it with me. Thank you. Thank you. I think I have listened to I need to get back into crime podcasts because I think I listened to Crime Junkie when I lived in LA. Your therapist says you need to stop. Well, you know, are therapists always right? Or is that her projecting her need to stop? I don't know. Right, Anna? Thank you for the reminder. He's literally an unregistered sex offender until proven innocent. LOL. I mean, what is going? No, I don't have to forgive Tom Sandoval. No, I don't have to like Tom Sandoval. And no, Tom Sandoval doesn't deserve a redemption. And no, he's never been raked through the coals. The only person that thinks Tom Sandoval has suffered is Tom Sandoval. That's who has thought that. Okay, let me see. Can you guys see this if I share it like this? If I do me and then Amanda and Tom on the Not Skinny But Not Fat. All right, I'm going to try to do it this way. Normally we just do audio, but I feel like, hi, Kenzie. I feel like this might be a little better. So give me a thumbs up if you can see what I'm sharing, because again, StreamYard is just like, they're really messing with the vibes with this whole new scenes thing. I'm like, stop. It's horrible. Toxic. Tom is back. Thank you guys. Thank you, Brianne. Thank you, Stephen. Okay, let's get right into it. Obviously, I'm going to be stopping for commentary and reaction. I want you guys to sound off in the live chat. Please tell me everything you're thinking about this, because it was, I don't even think I'm going to speed it up. Maybe a tinge, but there's so many fucking awkward moments. Also, both of them have quite a few issues with pronunciation. This episode, I listened to this one in its entirety last night while I was doing laundry and such. And they were talking about a Freudian slip, like Sigmund Freud. Like, isn't a Freudian slip based on Sigmund Freud? Let me just Google it just in case because now I'm questioning myself. And they were like Freudian. I think they called it a Floridian slip, but no, a Freudian slip is when a person is speaking and suddenly a word they did not intend to say aloud accidentally slips out. Freud believed it revealed subconscious thoughts, like what you're really thinking. That's how I've always thought of it. I mean, I know I was a psychology minor, okay, a minor and creative writing minor and a journalism major, so maybe that's why I knew about it, but I didn't know anyone had a problem pronouncing Freud or Freudian, and I'm pretty sure they said Floridian or Freudian. We'll get there. Christina, thank you for the first super chat of the live. I will gift you a membership to the prosecutors. What's the prosecutors? Ooh, that seems good. I like that. Why did I go good? Because I wanted to. All right. Let me thumbs up as soon as you can hear the audio on this, and I'll skip through some parts that have ads and stuff, but for the most part, we're going to play it.
Too.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
You guys can
Do you know
hear
what
that?
that's from?
No.
It's from old school Sesame Street. It's this old like jazzy song, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I remember it.
You remember
Really?
If
that?
nobody else remembers it, I remember it.
Yeah.
I only know brush.
He's like, old man. I remember it, old man. Okay, let's fast forward a little bit. I don't care. But okay, right away, he's got the thirst. He's thirsty. Tom's like, I'm going to start lying and blaming and creating myself as a victim. Like the thirst.
Tom Sandoval is here, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Cray. Sandy is what I call you sometimes.
I love that. Sandy is on my backpack.
Really?
Yeah.
You got it like stitched?
It's like a, what is it?
Stony Clover?
Toomey.
It's a Toomey luggage with Sandy.
Yeah.
I used to call you Sandy all the time.
I love that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Do other people call you that?
Yeah.
Okay, not just me then.
Schwartz calls me Sandy.
Oh, he does call. Well, I guess Schwartz and Sandy's R.I.P.
Yes.
Right out the gate, she's like, Oh, I guess, yeah, your failed business. Ooh, the one that you borrowed money from your mom's retirement. Ooh, yeah, okay. Oh, I do remember that. Vaguely.
How's
Or-
that feeling for you?
This chick has to be trolling him, right? Like right out the gate. I was just laughing. She's like, how's that feel for you? Probably not well. Like it's like Dorinda Medley. Not well, bitch. But I'm here for it, Amanda.
I mean, it is what it is. It's a learning process, and yeah, it had its time.
Do you ever see yourself going so hard like you did on that place again? Like the same kind of.
I think that yeah, I don't know if I'm like I'm ready for a different kind of business venture.
The shooter who murdered my son.
Oh my gosh. Every time I get these ads, I'm just like so important, but also like, oh, it hurts the heart. Okay, we're skipping.
Restaurant?
Just not for the time being.
Not for the time being.
I think both collectively, Schwartz and I have like a bad, like we just have a, bad taste in our mouth for that.
From that business.
I bet you do.
I mean, it's a
Yeah.
hard biz.
Yeah, it is.
It's been 2 years.
Yeah, it's a hard biz when you just show up to drink and come up with shots. It's a hard biz when you don't have the money to even go into the biz and you don't get the proper investors and you borrow from your mom's retirement. Allegedly.
Years since Sandoval.
Yes.
Like I think it was like the anniversary of it.
It's in our mouth for that.
From that business. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
hard biz.
Yeah, it is.
I have to speed it up a little bit, you guys.
It's been 2 years since Sandoval.
Yes.
Like I think it was like the anniversary of it a few days ago. How does it? Does it feel like
happy
2
anniversary. Oh God.
Does it feel like 2 years? Does it feel longer?
It feels
shorter?
longer.
Really?
Yeah, it does.
Like in what? How? Tell me.
It just feels like so much has happened since then. Like feel like like just so much life has happened that it really feels like a long time.
Have you healed from it? Like obviously we know everything that happened. You went through a lot with it. We all saw it.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's in the past in terms of all of that? Like,
I mean,
are you still suffering just like internally for you? I mean,
yeah, I mean, I do feel like it's in the past, but
Yeah.
obviously, everybody, like, I hope everybody else considers it in the past too.
do you look at it like one of those things in life where it's, no, I'm glad it happened? Or, or is it like,
I mean, that's an optimistic way of looking at it.
yeah,
Like,
there are people that say everything happens for a reason. It brought you to where you are today, whatever.
I mean, yes, I can look at it that way.
Yeah.
It brought me to where I am today. But yeah,
with
I'm glad it's in the
more
past.
Opportunities than ever, more television spots than ever, more money coming in than ever. Yeah. Okay. And if you hadn't, an Alex Baskin Robbins in them and you hadn't ruined Vanderpump Rules, you could still have Vanderpump Rules. But it is, though. Kenzie says watching these two talk is kind of like a drunk conversation because it's very LA. They're like, yeah, like I was like, and then we were like, and then you were like, and then I was, yeah, oh, yeah, like.
I'm glad to be where I'm at right here today, doing your podcast.
Thank you for coming.
I'm glad to be here.
So
Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah,
I'm doing your podcast. Oh, I'm glad to be here. Well, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, totally. This chick does not want to be having Tom on here. I believe, didn't she have she has some insider information, I believe, if I remember correctly. The not skinny but not fat. She's got some friends in the Vanderverse. She's very friendly with Sheena, Lala, and them. So, she was like, I remember early Sandoval, obviously. She was like, fuck this guy, fuck Sandy, whatever. And now I feel like because he's a little bit on the rise with this traders thing. She's like, I guess we'll have Tom Sandoval because people will tune in. So I guess we'll do it. But you can tell she's not loving it.
I like where you are now, so I do want to talk about it, but just
these long pauses. Oh my God. It's podcasts are supposed to be like conversational, even despite interview type things. But this is like, she's interviewing a death row inmate. Like, what is happening here?
I'm glad to be here.
So
Thank you for having me.
yeah, I like where you are now, so I do want to talk about it, but just to put the mark on the Sandoval thing. Anything now 2 years later that you have a different perspective on than, you know, things that you've talked about in the past, or that has changed in hindsight, or that, you know, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, of course, hindsight's always 2020.
Yeah.
Cliche.
I think that it really, you know, when you go through something like that, it really shows you like who your real friends are. And
Bro, what did you go through? You went through like sticking your dick in your life partner's, one of her best friends, over and over while she was mourning 2 deaths in the family, lying to her, lying, cheating, and stealing, and then making yourself the victim after that and continually blaming her. What is it that you went through? I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? Oh, Busy's here. Busy. Yeah, we need a various says we need Busy to interview. We do. But I'm sorry, what again did you go through? What was that?
I definitely have more of a focus on what's more important in my life. It definitely puts in the full perspective, you know, being on a reality show and being in the public light, like how much it is a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Like a real double-edged sword.
How
Yeah.
now? How now, brown cow?
And just really testing your resilience in a situation like that. You know, it really has.
Yeah.
And you inevitably have to develop thick skin.
So your skin is thicker now.
I don't know. His skin is not thick. It is thin. It is paper thin. Yes. Put your B's in the chat for Mr. Busy Blue.
Yeah, it is.
Like now it's like, what could they say about you
I've
that
said
would
it
hurt
all.
your feelings?
They've said it all.
I could honestly say more to hurt your feelings. I could honestly be very mean, but I choose to. I rise above, rise above. I'm like Candy Burris. I rise above, occasionally.
Yeah. I mean, really, the only thing, like, I mean, not the only thing, but, you know, my girlfriend, Victoria,
Get it
I mean, she
out.
deals with a lot.
Yeah.
And
He's going to talk about Vicky. And we know yesterday I divulged a little secret that Vicky found my Instagram. And I don't know. I have nothing against Vicky. I wish the best for her. And I hope she is secretly an op and she's there to just destroy Wreck-It Ralph, Tom, so he knows what all the women in his life have felt like. Okay. I feel like she's a spy. Okay. This is just my conspiracy theory and I have fun with it. But she's a spy. She's infiltrated the Tom Sandoval and she is a true diehard animal advocate and feminist. And she is here to let him know that you don't need to fuck with women anymore. And she's going to teach him all the lessons. That's the reality I choose to live in. Please don't judge me. Okay. And that is why she found my Instagram. She couldn't like my video of him and the speculation I have that he was probably somehow flirty, inappropriate with Carolyn in the trader's house, which is, he does with women, led her on, which caused Carolyn to then maybe develop a little bit of feelings for him, which is why every interview she did, she was just like, oh my God, Tom, like Bob the drag queen and Tom. So instead she liked some of my videos about my rescue animals. Okay. And then went through my stories because I think we see each other, either that or she's going to murder me. Okay. So there's just 2 things.
I love her for that and many other reasons, but she does deal with a lot. And
What, like
are-
online?
Yeah, people constantly like DMing her shit.
Made
I
up
mean-
shit sometimes, like rumors
made up shit.
Not me. I've never DM'd her, but I have ample content for you to study if you would like, Vicky. Vicky Lee Robinson, if you're interested, I have studied this man and the Bravo toxic men. All of us have. And there are so many videos if you would like to peruse, but I have a feeling you've already perused them and we see each other. Take them down to Chinatown. Okay, Vicky? Team Victoria. All right, keep going.
Trying to
come between you.
Yeah, and I just saying shit, just in general, like just saying negative things, and I'm like, can you guys just leave my girlfriend alone? Like, she didn't sign up for this.
Yeah.
In a sense of like, she's not on a reality show.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Does
I hate to stop it again, but this is what Tom does. He always makes a woman struggle about him. He'll be like, you guys, you guys are really hurting Rachel Raquel. You guys are really so that he can get away with his bad behavior. So he can go, oh my God, you guys are hurting women around me. And aren't you supposed to love women? Aren't you fighting for women and my mistreatment of women? But yet I have women who have my back and you're hurting these women. It's like, get your own struggle, bro. She knew getting into a relationship with someone like this, I'm sure once she did a couple Googles, what she was getting into. You can't start dating a man that's involved in the biggest scandal that's all over the place, CNN, all the places, and how he has treated women and currently in a lawsuit for revenge P with someone and not think that people are going to go, I don't really like your boyfriend. Like that's it. And he has a history of cheating and lying and making shit up and making himself the victim. So I'm sure there are women in her DMs going, your dude just hit on me. And he's like, they're lying. They're lying. So yes, and isolating these women and having them go against one another. We've seen that happen. So I'm just saying, Vicky, the alleged spy that is here to teach Tom Sandoval the lesson of all lessons that he should have learned in his 50s. But if he has to learn it in his 80s, I'm here for it. Okay. Now he's going to be like, you hurt my girlfriend. No one is hurting Vicky. No one wishes ill will to Vicky. Sir, stop. Okay.
You want to be like front facing?
I mean, she's very protective.
Yeah.
And I love that about her. And she,
Wait, how did you meet?
We met through a friend, like who came.
When you were in the thick of it.
Why do you always fuck your friends?
And she knew everything that was going on.
She didn't know.
How?
I mean, there are people out there that don't watch Vanderpump Rules.
Right.
Yeah. There are people out there.
I know, but it became fucking CNN at the time.
Yeah. I honestly, I don't.
Tom, you're the one that told us it's ridiculous and how it transcended Vanderpump Rules and Bravo and went all the way to CNN. This is ridiculous. And now you're like, oh, Amanda, there are people that do not watch Vanderpump Rules, Amanda. And Amanda's like, I'm not a fucking idiot. I know, but it was on CNN, bro. It was all over the world. They did like a Nightline about it. And they may or may not have included a tiny clip of mine from TikTok while I had on the hot girl filter. And I had other things they could have used, but they just used the hot girl filter. And that's how Hollywood works. But the fact that he's like, oh, Amanda. Okay. I find it very hard to believe that she didn't maybe hear about the scandal of it all. But we'll give Vicky the benefit of the doubt since she is a spy.
Like, I'm not very good with pop culture. Like, I don't know shit going on. Like, I was on Watch What Happens Live.
Quiz. They quizzed you on pop culture?
Well, I mean, I was on Watch What Happens Live, and there's all these things going on with like Summer House, and we're having to do these quizzes about. I just don't watch reality TV because I get enough of it just
living it. And
yeah, from being on Vanderpump Rules. So yeah.
So you met through friends. She didn't know you were Sandoval.
She came to watch my band with a friend. And she was like, had a blast. I didn't even meet her that night because I had to leave town. We were actually filming, not like really there much, but we were filming the next day at Cal Chan's like Gold Bar release party or whatever. So I had to leave town, and I ended up meeting her like months later.
Oh, you mean for the finale of season 11? So you didn't really like do much. I love how he's like, we were just like filming. Oh, just like filming the finale, the final episodes that are ever going to air for the original cast of Vanderpump Rules. That's just no big deal. You love how he explains it. I think I had to like kind of like the finale of the show that ended. And again, she didn't know anybody. Her friend took her. Who the fuck goes to the Tom Sandoval, the Most Extra show, and doesn't know about Bravo or Vanderpump? Nobody would know. What are you talking about? No one would go see your karaoke unless they are privy to your spot on Bravo. And if anything, her friend was, and she was like, hey, we're going to see this dude that is involved in a scandal. You can't tell me that I assume her friend's very attractive, two super hot women just ended up at Tom Sandoval's show. It's not for the music. You don't lie to me. I'm too old to be lied to. It's not like, no. It's not like, I heard about this new band that's killing it. No, it's like, I heard about this dude that's involved in like a huge scandal. And he apparently has a karaoke band. Now, the band member is very talented. Him, not so much. Let's go check it out and see.
Later.
Oh.
Gary, go on.
Who is it?
I got it, coach. I got it.
I got it.
She's gorge. She's a model.
Yeah.
And she's young. How old is she?
She's 32.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you guys are in it for the long haul? Like you think she's the one? Pop the question finger ring thing?
She could be, yeah.
She could be?
Yeah.
Like, do you live together now?
No, she has a place like with her dad and,
And where are you living?
So, I still like have the house and
Oh, you do?
yeah.
You're still halvesies on the house?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was solved.
Well, we're trying to get it on the market and it's just been a lot of work.
Why?
Both been busy. I don't know, just because I kind of have to do everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sorry, what, Tom? Are you still saying that? Is that the narrative we're still running with, like on Watch What Happens Live recently, where I have to do everything? Oh, Ariana's doing nothing because Ariana's so lazy. She doesn't do anything. So this is what Tom always does. He always finds a way to take a dig at Ariana. No, sir, you are still in the house because you want to believe that you can afford that house. And you've been holding Ariana hostage with that damn house. And you've been coming up with every excuse not to move out of that house because you think you deserve that house. But guess what? You don't deserve that house unless you can afford that house. And it seems like you can't. And it was your shared home with Ariana and still you're there. So he's, obviously doing the Tom thing, being like, oh, so how much, what has changed? He's still holding her hostage with this property. Awesome. Great. Thanks, Tom. And so he's talking about that and still living there. And they just recently, within, I don't even remember exactly when, but I remember him. I think it was the podcast. It was his podcast and he had Vicky on it. Shout out to Vicky the Spy. And they said they were moving in together. Now all of a sudden they're not moving in together. And they broke up in December. And she posted something on the story saying, yep, you guys are right about him. He sucks. And we were like, we know, Vicky. We know. We know all about that. We know what's going on. We understand. Dump him. But you said you were moving in together. You said you were moving on. You even posted, I believe, a picture from here's what the view will be from my bedroom. But months later, you're still in the home you shared with Ariana, the one that you thought she should just give to you. How do you have a redemption for a man who's the exact same, if not worse? This man is worse. Move on with your life. Ariana is out there booked, busy, doing stuff. It's not that Tom Sandoval can't get booked. It's not that he can't make money. Again, he has had more opportunities than he's ever had in his entire career after Sandoval. It's that this man is entitled. He feels entitled to that property. And he will do anything to take a jab still at Ariana. He has not moved on. So how do you expect the public to move on when you, sir, are still living in it like the victim and still punishing your ex? And every chance he gets, he always tells us, oh, Ariana doesn't do anything. It was always Ariana's fault. Remember this?
Ariana doesn't do a goddamn thing in that house. I don't even know how her ass gets wiped. The girl's so goddamn lazy. You don't even empty the litter box of your cat. I literally pulled out the litter box and replaced the entire thing. I had 12 shits in it. It gets annoying to have her like talk shit about me like being a certain way when she literally is the laziest person.
Oh yeah, that guy's great. I like him. He should have a redemption. He's so funny on Traders. That makes up for all of that. And we found out that and the lie detector determined that was a lie because Ariana did change the kitty litter box. But despite what he did to her, he still had to jab, and he's still jabbing to this day. 2 years later, build a bridge, get to therapy. What is wrong with you, 12 shits, Tom? Let's keep going.
At this point, you just have to sell it and split it.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, but they're
This Amanda. Okay, she's like saying it. At this point, you just have to sell it and split it. So just do that. Like I'm a whole mother with a podcast and a sweater vest. If I can do that, certainly you can sell a home. But Tom Sandoval is going to make you believe, he's going to lie, he's going to try to manipulate you to make you believe that his selling of the house is so difficult. It's so much harder than anyone who's ever sold a house before. And you don't understand. It's more difficult. It's different. No. It's not the same. You don't understand. But I love how she's like, you just have to sell it. Like, oh, you're still there?
Because I kind of have to do everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like at this point, you just have to sell it and split it.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
it?
Yeah, but there's work that goes into like a house. Like I just had things repainted. Things have to be like put back. Like there was work being done in the process. Like
Things have to be like put back. I don't have Anna as my assistant. So like there was like the sponge for the kitchen sink was over on the counter and I had to get it to the sink. So I had to put it back. Like what? You got to paint? Normal. What are you putting back, Tom? Like literally there is a place called Buy Ugly Houses. Like, and now I'm not saying the house is ugly, but you can sell anything, any kind of house, and you can sell it as is. The problem is he feels entitled to the house and he thinks he can get rich off the house. But if you can't afford the house, get out of the house. Thank you, Evelyn, for the super chat. Evelyn says, but Tom has to do everything. He's like, no, Amanda, I got paint. Who thinks Tom Sandoval's painting? And where's he getting the money to hire people to paint? Oh my God, this guy.
Goes into like a house. Like I just had things repainted. Things have to be like put back. Like there was work being done in the process. Like there was work in progress that was happening that had to be like
Finished.
Fixed.
So where are you at right now? Still work is being done on the house?
Yeah, but it's pretty much ready to go on the market.
Okay.
That's what you told us months ago, Tom, when you said you're moving in with your girlfriend. Your girlfriend.
Okay. I wonder if it being the Sandoval house will get buyers. Like in marketing perspective, we have to think marketing for this house.
I don't know. It's a great house. It's in a great location.
Yeah.
So.
And are you selling it at a good price? Are you
he's in love
trying to
with
make
the house.
money on it? Like
he has literally fucked the house and he doesn't want to let it go. He's like, no, it's mine. I fucked it. Like he's like JD Vance on the couch fucking. Like he's fucked this house. And it's his. He's marked it. It's his territory. He's cheated on his girlfriend many times in that house. Not Vicky. I don't know what's going on. But when he was with Ariana.
Market.
Okay. I wonder if it being the Sandoval house will get buyers. Like in marketing perspective, we have to think marketing for this house.
I don't know. It's a great house. It's in a great location.
Yeah.
So.
And are you selling it at a good price? Are you trying to make money on it? Like you're trying to make what you bought?
It's like it's gone up in value since we bought
it's gone up in value.
Yeah.
So you're now living like in a rental situation?
Yeah, I mean. Yeah.
No, he's living in the house. That's what you said. Watch What Happens Live. You said you're living in the house. What's the rental situation? She thinks you still have the house. You're trying to sell it. This is what I think. Let me know if I'm wrong, if I'm misinterpreting. I think what Amanda thinks is, oh, you still have the house, but are you living in like a rental, like Schwartz did, like a little apartment or something? And he's like, oh yeah. Because he'll let you believe these things. He'll lie. But no, he's living in the house. That's how I took it when he was on Watch What Happens Live. But he's like, oh yeah, I'm renting like a big boy. Oh.
Yeah. Give us your address for the Bravo fans,
Okay, great.
Okay, let's talk about where we're at.
And do you see his face when he's getting caught in his lie? It's like, oh my God. Send this to anyone you know who wants the Tom Sandoval redemption arc. Hit the share on this video and share it everywhere. If people are like, oh, they gotta quit picking on this guy. Send them this, what we're doing right now. Hi. We'll help you out of what Us Weekly Media is trying, and Andy Cohen is trying to make you believe.
It's like, it's gone up in value since we bought
it's gone up in value.
Yeah.
So you're now living like in a rental situation?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Give us your address for the Bravo fans,
Okay, great.
Okay, let's talk about where we're at now with Traders. You got on Traders.
Yes.
Which is, by the way, you did special forces for people that don't know.
Yeah.
That didn't give you the kind of, it didn't really budge the situation, I would say.
No, I mean, it was shortly thereafter. In fact,
didn't you leave? You left like.
I basically shot Special Forces, and then I came back in town and went right into season 11 of Vanderpump Rules.
Right. How was filming that season, by the way?
Pretty much sucked.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about it being over?
Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah.
What do you mean it sucked? Because you told us it's good for me. It's good for me. As you guys bullied Ariana to not have boundaries. As you in production tried to bully her out of her boundaries. And then when she walked out, you're like, good for me. Making her look bad. So how was this not a good season for you, Tom? You had Sheena and Lala jump the shark of feminism and friendship to stick up for you. I don't. And you said, remember this little quote I have up on the screen from the final scene of the final episode of Vanderpump Rules after you guys ruined it? It's good for me. And then you laughed. As you, again, accosted Ariana when she said she didn't want to be near you. You got into her space without her consent, which seems to be something you like to do with women. You don't think you need consent, allegedly. So, okay. Well, it's interesting. It's interesting that you're going to be the victim. Also trying to be the hero. You're going to be saying, you know, this was horrible for me, while also saying it's good for you. Which is it, Tom? Oh my, I'm so tired of this man baby, this 91-year-old man baby.
It was a little surprising considering how we left things. But it's been kind of a nice
Every time he
break.
says that, I think it's been 1 week since you looked at me. And I'm angry. Okay, stop it, Joleen.
Yeah.
A little surprising considering how we left things. But it's been kind of a nice break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a forever break.
I mean, who knows?
Oh, okay. You're still leaving those doors open.
I mean, I think everybody is.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's always options. And also when it comes to like,
Not Ariana. She just did an interview and said she wasn't even going to plan on coming back. She is gone. She has moved above. She's on to bigger and better things. She did an interview, you guys, with, let's see. Let me just pull it up here, you guys. I believe, Ariana, where are you, my dear Ariana? Actually, I think I have it in my text messages. And she was like, I didn't really have an intention. I kind of knew I wasn't going to come back. Shout out to Bravo Snarkside, said that she revealed to People magazine. She was a part of Style Watch recently, and Bravo Snarkside posted screenshots from it where Ariana is quoted as saying, either way, I don't think I was ever going to go back to Vanderpump Rules. That's the first time I've ever said that publicly, but I was never going to, Ariana Madix reveals. It just didn't feel right, not in any sort of rude way, not in a professional. We don't need this. Not in a, I'm too good for this, but it just didn't feel right, she explains. If I did go back, I wouldn't have been able to do the job that would make a good show. And so it just wasn't going to make sense. The story didn't make sense. We don't blame you, Queen. We do not blame you that you didn't want to go back to this as they tried to bully you out of your boundaries and your own friends turned on you for the redemption arc of this loser who's not even sorry and doesn't think he did anything wrong and thinks he's the victim of his own crime. So we don't blame you. Yeah, you're booked and busy. Stay booked and busy. And he can stay, I guess, making up, alternative stories and false narratives to feed awkwardly at podcasts while using like as a comma. Let's continue.
I mean, who knows?
Oh, okay. You're still leaving those doors open.
I mean, I think everybody is.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's always options. And also when it comes to like Bravo and people that have been on the network, like there's never, there's always like things that come back around.
Yes. And you would be open to those things.
Yeah.
You would.
Yeah, I'd be open.
Even after everything we talked about with reality TV being a double-edged sword and,
But I've been through the worst.
I feel like this is her low key. Now on the second time listening to this, her low key calling out his hypocrisy. At first I was like, oh my God, I don't know. But now I feel like, Amanda, I'm sorry. I didn't trust you fully, Amanda, at first. But I see her now kind of despite everything you said and how horrible it's a double-edged sword and all the things, you'd go back? Yes, because his soul is for sale. Just like some of the other players. They don't care as long as they get that money, honey.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Allegedly. Okay. So, of course, I'm sure him and Sheena are on the horn, as my grandparents used to say, every day. The old school phone. Like, they find a payphone and they're like, hi, Alex Baskin-Robbins, Andy Cohen, Bravo Production. I have an idea for you. No, this is not Sheena. It's not Lala. No, it's not Tom Sandoval. It's all three of us. What if you did a Vanderpump Rules revamp with the original cast? And they're like, I'm sorry, we just got rid of that show. Yeah, but aren't you ready for a reunion? Not really.
Of it.
Yeah.
Can't fit in those jeans. Be careful with
These targeted ads. No, I cannot fit in my jeans, which is why I'm wearing stretch pants. Sir, how dare you, old man? Leave me alone.
Filming that last season and it ending, a lot of people got shit, not just you. Like Lala was in the thick of it. You know, she got a lot of shit because she was upset about the way it ended. Sheena got a lot of shit because she was crying over your friendship. By the way, are you friends now, you and Sheena?
Yeah, I mean, we don't hang out like a lot just because we're in different points in our life. I mean, she has, summer and, we're both just busy, but we do talk.
Yeah. I would, she fucking put it on the line for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She, watching that as an audience, like, was shocking to see how important your friendship is to her, that she was willing to kind of almost like lose that friendship. You know what I mean? Like, she seemed to care a lot about you.
Yeah.
So pick up the phone, call Sheena.
Okay, yeah.
Like once
I do.
a
I
week,
just did the other day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
okay, good. And Lala?
He's like, girl, I don't care about women. I don't care about friends. I'm an opportunist. I take advantage of people. So I don't care. Once upon a time, I gave her a couple bucks and then I held it over her head because her husband didn't have a job, allegedly. Yeah. And me, Alex Baskin-Robbins, and Jeremiah was a bullfrog, allegedly, told the ladies, hey, either you get on the Tom Sandoval redemption arc ship or you're out of here. And how are you going to afford your Palm Springs home and your homes in the valley? Huh, bitch? And then they did what we said. Men. And then we went to our We Love Men meeting. We Love Cisgendered Men meeting. And circle jerked, allegedly. And it was super fun.
Yeah, I hit her up like about a week ago.
Did you feel bad for her when you saw that she was getting kind of a lot of shit?
I think what it comes down to a lot of times in like with our show and like is when you don't sort of stand by like and stick to something. Because I think where Sheena got a lot of shit was her having my back and then sort of like feeling backlash and then sort of being like, well, I kind of don't like, or I do, or I, she's always kind of been on the fence. And like, did you pick up on that a little bit?
Not really.
You didn't?
I didn't. I understand her. I didn't know how it would make sense for me for her to say, I'm choosing a side. Like everybody had to, it was a situation. It was more shocking to me how much she was willing to say, wait, but my friendship with him is so important. You don't understand. And nobody understood. Everyone was like, why? Like what? And she kept on giving examples, how you've helped her in the past. So to me, it did look like she was, putting a lot on the line. And I don't think it's the main reason they're not friends anymore, which it doesn't seem like they are. But I'm sure it's part of it. Like that she put that out there, that she was like, no, I care about this friendship,
I'm not sure. I feel like I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sheena, listen, Sheena.
I feel like, because I remember hearing something like, well, like production made us type thing after the fact. You don't remember hearing about that?
No.
Oh.
Where do you hear about these things? These are lures, like Vanderpump lures?
No.
Production made Sheena be obsessed with being your friend again?
Yeah, not obsessed, but just like, yeah.
Oh,
that's
wow.
what she said.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear those whisperings. So you're saying that was the flippy
Those weren't whisperings, baby girl. They weren't whisperings. And do you hear this, Sheena, Lala? Do you hear this? Do you hear how it's not fucking worth it to ever simp for men? Do you hear how it's never worth it as a woman to go after another woman in the name of saving a guilty man? Because the men will always leave you. They will always shit on you. There is always camaraderie amongst dicks. So we need camaraderie amongst vaginas. Because they will sell you out so quickly. Where before he's like, thank you so much, thank you for doing this. And you guys are like, yeah, we're going to keep our jobs. Okay. And look at how all of them, production, Tom, done. Show's over. They're all saying, no, we didn't do that. No, we didn't make them. Tom's basically like, oh, they didn't do it for like good reasons. I think they said it was like production made them. Do you see how this works? And we have to like fucking just pound this, bad term maybe, into our fellow women's brains and psyches that you never win when you play with dirty men, when you side with them, when you do the pick me for them. It's always better to err on the side of women because there's a better chance that they'll stick by you, especially if they're already your fucking friends. They're already your cheerleaders and your friends. And we knew this would happen, and we told both of you. But here you sit, looking dumb.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
And you ruined the show and the season. And you notice how Ariana, she could have went down that route. She could have easily been like, whatever. I want the money. I want this. But she set her boundaries. She had integrity. And that's all we really wanted. Especially Sheena. Ariana is your best friend, or was. Lala, you made so much money off Sandoval and riding hard for Ariana. You benefited from it so much monetarily, and then you were so quick to be like, fuck this bitch. I'm not getting the attention I need. Lauren from Utah, ho. And now look at. Now you are a side character, friend of, if you will, barely, Lala, on the Valley, where now you're going to be going after Jesse, whatever his name is. And in the trailer for the Valley, we see her going, you hurt my friend. You're a narcissist, bitch. And I don't like you. It's like, we've already seen this, Lala. We've seen this Lauren from Utah before, pretending to give a shit about women, but don't try to fool us with this fake feminism now, Lala, because in a second, you'll be simping for a Jesse. If he becomes a fan favorite or production wants to save him, you'll jump on the team to save him because you've proven you can be bought, unfortunately, which sucks because I think that really fucked with your brand, which your brand was, I keeps it real. I keeps it real from the mean streets of SLC, ho. And now we're like, I think you keeps it fake. You keeps it with the money. You keeps it pick me. But okay.
Floppy, where it was like she didn't stick to that. She said it wasn't really the situation. Okay, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
I didn't. So that what like hurt your feelings that she didn't stick by it?
I mean, I don't know.
I'm sure you said you learned who your friends were after that, right?
Yeah.
So did you cut the tie?
Shout out to laptop owner Jason and Kyle Chan's Chains and formerly Billy Lee, who's no longer your friend. I think laptop owner Jason and Kyle Chan were the two that just stood by him no matter what.
Eyes with a lot, like few kept by.
I mean, I don't know if like it just sort of happened. I mean, when you go through something like this, rightly so, I put myself in the situation.
Say it again for the people in the back, Tom, but you have to believe it. You can't just be a Jax Taylor and saying things that you're supposed to say and going through the motions. You have to truly believe it. But let's hear it again.
It just sort of happened. I mean, when you go through something like this, rightly so, I put myself in the situation.
Nothing happened.
I mean, and I could have never imagined the backlash.
It happened. Like Ariana said, you did it. One more time. Make sure he remembers this, Vicky.
Like few kept by.
I mean, I don't know if like it just sort of happened. I mean, when you go through something like this, rightly so, I put myself in the situation.
Right there.
I mean, and I could have never imagined the backlash.
Case closed.
I mean, I knew that like to the level that it was.
Yeah.
But I mean, you just sort of get more introverted. You start to just.
You are a whole lie, sir. You get more introverted. At the height of Sandoval, what did he do, you guys? Someone put it in the chat. If you've been following me a long time, you know what he did. What did he do at the height of Sandoval? What professional choice did he make? What did he do? He's so introverted. I'm waiting for someone to put it in the chat. And yes, Shay, his language is so limited. Like, what did he do? He was so introverted. Did he stay out of the media spotlight? What did he do? You guys know. Where did he go? He went on tour. Just like Sarah's saying here. So introverted, he started a karaoke band. He went on tour, touring with his band. He went on tour and played a rock star. It's not introverted. That's not the definition of introverted. It's also not the definition of someone who is like sorry or scared in the public and all this stuff. No. And you can't even make the argument like you're gosh darn Mick Jagger or something, like I had to because it's my livelihood, which he tried to make. But how much money is the karaoke band making, Tom? We saw the tickets going for free. We saw the sparse audiences, okay? And you weren't doing this before to make money. This was like a passion project. You went on tour, bro. I know you're hoping that there's people out there that don't remember this shit, but we remember. Nicole, thank you so much for the super chat. Nicole says, thank you for all your great content. Oh my gosh, you're so welcome. Your channel is like medicine for my soul. Nicole Larson, you sweetie, wipe the CD. Jolene equals laughter in a bottle. Thank you for all your great content. Your channel is medicine for my soul. Jolene equals laughter. Thank you. So nice. You had to say it twice. I appreciate that so very much. Yeah. It was losing money because he's paying his band out of his own pocket. So there's no way he's making enough money. He went on that because that's who he is. That's who this person is. This is a pattern of behavior. He was hoping that, this is a big scandal. I'll sell tickets to my karaoke band and maybe I could pay my mom back. But we know he has no intention of paying his mom back. Let's be real. Put it in the chat if anyone thinks he's going to pay his poor, lovely mother back. The woman who was a firefighter. Like imagine being a badass chick firefighter and your son grows up to do this and then takes $250,000 from your retirement. Oh my God, that would be an episode of 2020 for me. But for real. All right, let's keep going, you guys. We're doing it. We're 15 minutes in.
Trust less people.
Yeah, you're just like, I've really enjoyed my privacy.
Was there any person at that time?
This is too funny. What privacy? You put yourself out there. You were out there getting snapped by the paparazzi, smoking cigs, being on a tour with your karaoke band, doing interview. Stop it, Thomas, stop it.
Because, everyone wanted a piece of this situation, right? Everybody would post, if they met you once, they would be like, I met it, like just everybody chimed in. Was there anybody, which I'm sure at that point you're like, ugh, like you roll your eyes, you're like, who cares? Was there anyone that especially, if it was like a random celeb, or I don't know if Rihanna said anything about it, but was there anybody that it actually really got to you because it was like someone that you really respected or someone you wouldn't expect to come out about this?
I mean, it at the time it all got to me, but I don't know. I mean, it's so much. I've sort of just, it's like you said, like we were just talking about, like, it's been a long time, and I sort of just
to you,
have really tried to just focus on moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that you guys know that I never.
This is crazy. Okay. Alex, thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member. Make sure you join us for our members only live, you guys, which I think I'm going to push back an hour just because we got to get through this. So if Steven's here and Jamie B, I'm just going to push it back an hour, you guys. I would honestly give Tom's mom, I think, money, but it would be only, I would have one stipulation. You can't give it to Tom and you got to spank him. He needs a spanking. I don't even believe in spanking kids, but I do believe in spanking adult toxic men who take from your retirement. I'm talking like a whipping. Oh, okay. Again, jokes. We don't advocate for violence except for when we advocate for violence. Okay. So, she's doing a Primal Kitchen.
That's what
cool. I don't know what that
I post my
is,
dog
but good for you, girl. Get that money, honey.
ugly the insurance that he has insurance, so he could always give that a
I'm kidding.
paid advertisement insurance is
We're about to hear a Tom Sandoval joke. I can't wait.
underwritten by either Independence American Insurance Company or United States Fire Insurance Company and produced by PTZ Insurance
is it so
Agency Limited. The SPCA is not an insurer and is not engaged in the business of insurance. So let's talk about how Traders came up. So at what point do you get the offer? Do you have to audition for Traders? Like, how does it work?
Yeah, it's a vigorous auditioning process.
Really?
You have to like read a script, and I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
okay.
No,
I was like, what?
it came about, and I was so excited to do it. So excited to do it.
You were a fan of the show?
Yeah, I've watched.
Oh, you watched the
previous
seasons.
seasons. Yeah.
Okay, so you get they come to you. They're like, we want you to be on the season. You're like, I'm in. I'm
Yeah.
packing my bags for Scotland.
Yeah.
Did you think about it in this like strategic way? Like, this might help me. This won't be about that. This will be about just playing a.
All right. Tom Sandoval tells joke, and joke lands like this. Good one, Tom. You're so clever.
Game, or were you just excited for a different kind of show?
I think I was just more excited to be on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just more like, let's do this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Do they tell you who the cast is going to be?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Were you
means, yeah.
nervous it would be like other reality people?
No, I mean, I figured it would be other reality
Yeah.
people.
And then for your packing, how many suitcases did you have?
I think most people did probably a couple suitcases. I packed like 2 and a carry-on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were at the same level as other people.
Yeah.
But how'd you plan those outfits?
Well,
It was like 2 outfits a day. Like how many outfits do you need?
you need an outfit.
An outfit a day.
Yeah.
So you had them all pre-planned.
And you have to send them in. You have to send them into production ahead of time too.
to get approved.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh.
just I mean, they're gonna approve
Yeah,
stuff.
How many days is it filming?
Like what is it?
Like-
10?
Like,
Oh, it's 10 days. Oh, damn. That's not a lot.
Oh, damn.
And I saw you were saying at some
But they
point.
actually film it films a little longer. It's like 10 episodes or 11 episodes or whatever.
Yeah.
So maybe it's 11.
How many days were you there?
I was there for I
gonna
did just
fast
get
forward.
murdered. So
You did.
yeah,
Did you ever think you were going to make it this far?
I didn't.
What did you think? What was your like if you had to bet with yourself before you went?
I thought I would kind of get murdered or banished. I figured I'd probably get murdered. I don't know, first few
First few.
days.
Did you
Yeah.
think it would be because people would have had something against you from the get?
I thought that could be something, or just I mean, I went in there to play the game. Like I was very excited about playing.
Yeah.
So
Alright,
I
we
People
think
could
got
tell.
it.
I read this article in Vulture. Did you read the article about you in Vulture?
maybe. I mean, I did a lot of interviews.
No, it wasn't an
recently.
interview. It wasn't an
Oh.
interview. It was an article about you.
No, Tom, it's reading. She asked if you read. Not did you talk about yourself? Did you read? Remember the New York Times piece? Was it New York Times, you guys? Or New York Times Magazine? Oh my God. That Bravo's PR had to step in and go, oh, and he had that like 23-year-old PR person who was totally like, I don't even know who this man is. You guys remember that? That was such a good article. And again, shows you exactly who this man is. But now he's like, interview is on. She's like, no, reading is fundamental, Tom.
Called In Defense of Tom Sandoval. Did you see that?
No, I did not. I
Okay.
want to check
So
it
they
out.
were saying, they were being a little snarky, but not bad. But they were basically saying you were taking everything extremely seriously and it's hilarious. So people loved how seriously we're taking it. But in this article, they were saying that it's like was to a point.
Why does he laugh like Bug from Uncle Buck? And I know I've made this comparison before, but like, and then John Candy, R.I.P. His character comes in. You ever heard of a ritual killing? Imitating him. He's literally that Bug. He is that Bug guy. I wonder if he watched Uncle Buck and just based his whole personality on being Bug.
Point where maybe you weren't like having fun because you were taking it. They were like, we never saw him playing. What's that game called? Badminton.
Badminton.
Now comes the difficulty pronouncing words. Badminton. Maybe some people don't know about badminton. I don't know. I went to a high school where we were like badminton state champs, I think. I wasn't on the team. I wasn't good, but I knew about it. But she's like, badminton. Yeah, badminton. Right? Is it? I feel like it's a pretty common game, right? Maybe not. I don't know.
Admin, they were like, we never saw him playing that game with everybody. Is that true? Were you not goofing around, hanging out?
I mean, there was.
Behold a branch ergonomic.
Yay. Oh, that would make sense then. Ben says that badminton is such a Midwest thing. And in her defense, why is there an N if you're not supposed to pronounce it? So in Amanda's defense.
So here's the thing. When you're filming this show, you have your, like, they call it reality time, where you go in and you are social, like it's basically like social hour.
Yeah.
And when you have 23 people and you're trying to figure out who, the traders are,
You were using
you have to
that.
go. Yeah.
Midwest.
And beyond that, they separate you. You're not allowed to talk about gameplay. You're not allowed to talk about anything except like maybe the new Netflix series you're watching or something.
Uh-huh.
But even then, it's like few and far between. You have an hour, you have 45 minutes here and there.
Yeah.
Here and there.
So I would spend that time just like running around to different people and trying to figure out who the traders were.
Maybe that's why he was sweating so much. He was running around. Okay. Not a detox, the running.
So you weren't there to make friends?
No, I was there to play the game.
Did you make
I mean,
friends?
I was, of course, I
No, I was there to play the game, Ma.
Who'd you buddy up with?
Dylan, Ivar, Carolyn.
Okay. Carolyn, you were listed third. I'm just telling you, girl to girl, Minnesotan to Minnesotan, love you down. Like Busy Blue says, love you down. But he mentioned Dylan and Ivar. Did he mention Ivar before Carolyn? I didn't see Ivar doing interviews trying to save him from himself, singing his praises. But yet he mentions them before you. That's how he rolls. 2 men before the lady that literally is doing every interview. Tom's great. I love Tom Sandoval. He's like Bob the drag queen. He's like awesome. His band is really His band is really good. It's good. Dylan is out there doing interviews saying, Tom Sandoval, our relationship was difficult. He was difficult. We eventually came around, but he was difficult. And Carolyn's like, I loved it. He's so great. And then third. Carolyn, you deserve to be number 1.
The game.
Did you make
friends?
friends?
I was, of course, I.
Who'd you buddy up with?
Dylan, Ivar, Carolyn. Yeah.
Carolyn actually said in an interview that you made.
Some people didn't even know Ivar was still there. Gabby was like, and Ivar, he was, I think like Ivar. And they're like, Ivar's right here. Oh my God, I didn't even notice you. So he noticed a guy who the cast didn't even remember was there before he recognized Carolyn. You deserve so much better, girl.
Dylan, Ivar,
welcome,
Carolyn.
Yeah.
Carolyn actually said in an interview that you made them listen to some of your music in the car. Is that true?
Well, I mean, we had long car rides, and
Tom.
How long? Like what, hours?
No, like I mean, for going
10 minutes.
not far,
yeah,
it would be like 45 minutes sometimes, or like
Tom.
So what, you would hit up the aux and
no. Like they'd be like, "What song you want to listen to?" And somebody'd be like, "Oh, my boy just came out with this jam," and then like, "Oh, Tom, like you." Like I'm like, yeah, you want to hear a song? Like I put it on.
Okay, so
they put it on.
Yeah, my boy just came up with this jammer. So Carolyn was like, yeah, we listen to Tom's music in the car. It's really good. I'm gonna go see him when he's in Hinckley, and I think he's gonna be in Hinckley this weekend. And for those Minnesotans, that is a casino up north in Minnesota, and he's gonna be performing there. And Carolyn said she's gonna go. I wonder if she's still gonna go. I hope not, Carolyn. Don't waste your money or your time. Even though Hinckley's a fun casino, don't waste your time, baby girl.
On.
You weren't forcing it upon them.
No.
Okay.
It was one song out of many car rides.
Okay, it happened one time, you're saying.
Yes.
Okay. And so
I need the bug sound clip. I really need I know I have it somewhere. I'm gonna find it while we're listening here. But even then, he's like, "No, Carolyn, it was one time, After she's singing your praises, he should have been like, "Yeah, it was really kind. Carolyn was really into the music, and she said such nice things about my band throughout the season during interviews, and I really appreciate it because music means so much to me." Imagine if Tom Sandoval could utter those words, if he had enough self-awareness, empathy, if he had a heart. Oh, that would be so nice to give Carolyn props for all the love she put out for you.
So how many of the people, because we know you came in, Chriselle and Gabby, I think, were kind of the ones that knew about everything and had said something.
I mean, a lot of like other people had too, but yeah.
Ivor probably didn't.
Ivor
probably didn't.
Yeah.
Dylan maybe probably heard sprinklings of it, but didn't. But did you feel like it was a safe space, or did you feel like what was the vibe when you walked in, aside from Gabby and Chriselle?
I felt like it was gonna be a safe space.
Yeah.
I mean, when I rode there, I rode there with Dolores and Chriselle, actually. And we rode together the first time we went to the castle. And it was, a bit of a drive. I think like a 45-minute drive. Yeah.
Care instructions for my Gatsby.
Yes. Okay, I found the clip, you guys. This is the Tom Sandoval laugh.
You ever hear of a ritual killing?
Uncle Buck. Tom, why are you so thirsty?
We went to the castle and it was, a bit of a drive. I think like a 45-minute drive. Yeah. And we're just talking, excited. I think Jeremy might have been in the car too. But yeah, we were just. Yeah,
so Chriselle was fine with you in the car?
Yeah, I mean, from what I had gathered, we were just all excited and just like, oh no way, Selling Sunset, da da da. Like,
okay,
yeah.
So then
Housewives, like.
But then at the round table, she kind of came for you about that.
Well, yeah, like in that car ride, she was like, just so you know, after we had been in there and like maybe almost pulling, she's like, I do follow Ariana on Instagram, and I was like, okay, yeah, cool, I get it.
Yeah,
I understand, and that's awesome. Like. I was like, a lot of my friends do actually too.
I saw that,
like,
TLC.
Not a big deal.
Yeah.
Poor Ryan.
Yeah.
So then you weren't expecting her to say that they were friends at the round table.
Yeah. I mean, I know they took a picture together like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Once. It turned into from I follow Ariana to Ariana and I are friends.
Okay.
And you're coming after.
Someone notify Chriselle. Get her here to this live, you guys. Send it to her. Chriselle, he says you lie. He's calling you a liar. Calling another woman a liar, Tom, when you're a known liar? Calling out Chriselle, who I don't know to be a liar at all. I know you do. Saying, she said they just follow on social media and then she's lying about being her friend. Tom, you got to quit calling women liars and calling them names. This is a really nasty habit.
After me because we're friends, and I'm like, no, I'm trying to play fucking traitors, and you're like, you were the only one who was looking down when we took the blindfolds off, and like that's all I have to go on.
Oh, I remember that when you thought that. Yeah. But that didn't stick, like that kind of vibe. I feel like that was kind of the only moment.
No.
Right?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, there were more moments like that?
Oh yeah, you didn't hear like at the breakfast table, and yeah, it was. I got.
Oh, poor Tom. Here we're getting into victim mode because Chriselle didn't like you or your behavior, and she's friends with Ariana. He's like, there was more. And at the breakfast table, she was like, really mean to me. Yeah, she was really mean to me.
What's the matter with you people? You're sad that people are mean? Well, I'm sorry. The world isn't one big liberal arts college campus. We eat too much. We take our spoiled lives for granted. Feel a little bad about it sometimes. No. You want to put all your shit up on the internet and have every single person say, hooray for you. Fuck you. You're all pricks.
Fuck you. You're all pricks.
What's the matter with you?
I didn't mean to hit that again.
Clearly, we can see who has issues here, and it is not me. There it is.
It is not Tom. Tom's like, it's not me. It's Chriselle. Obviously, there was so many times to show my feelings. Oh, Pamela B, thank you for the super chat. Pamela B says, Nana going to see Tom at the casino? No. Nana will be, she's traveling, having fun, living her best life, and she will be back with me soon for another week. And then she flies back. So she will not be at Hinckley. And even if she was in Minnesota, she would not go see Tom Sandoval in the Most Extras unless I asked her to get some, insider roast material. But unless I asked her to sneak in, which might be kind of funny.
I was uncomfortable. I got scared. I was like, so if I blame somebody for being a traitor, if I accuse somebody of being a traitor, they're going to throw that at me, which sucks.
Oh, God, Tom. Can you imagine what Tom has been through? He's like, it sucked. It was so, I was scared then. Like, every time I was accused of someone being a traitor, were they going to throw it in my face? Then I'm a lying, cheating, no good dealing, two-time and shitty boyfriend, human person. Hey, girl. Hey, Buffy. But here he goes. Let's get the tiniest violin out for Tom Sandoval. We feel so sorry for you, sir. You poor guy. But again, villainizing a woman. There's ample reason for Chrishell not to like you, for every woman in the world not to like you if they don't want to. They don't have to. And now you're going to be like, Thank you. Yeah, put your violins in the chat. Put them in the chat. All right. I'm going to speed it up just a little more to 1.2 because this is, was I right? You guys, it's awkward. It's just like, it's not fun. It's not anything. Except roastable.
Yeah. But it didn't happen with any of the other contestants.
No, but it just kind of like,
specifically there.
Yeah.
Check his ass, Amanda. Her name is Amanda, right? I feel like I don't want to be saying the wrong name, but yeah, Amanda Hirsch is the host. Check his ass. She's like, but nobody else said it though, right? It's just Chrishell because she's friends with Ariana and she didn't like you. Yeah. When he's confronted with the truth, he's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry.
But Gabby warmed up to you a little bit, right?
Gabby's awesome.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning she was like, I don't know if to say hi, or like she didn't want to.
It was weird too. It was weird. Like, I mean, there's obviously a lot of editing that goes into it. And even after Chrishell said all that stuff and like really stuck it to me, which it felt that way. I mean, it felt like, it's like, wow, you went from like, oh, I follow Ariana on Instagram to like, Ariana and I are friends.
Yeah.
And you're just doing this because you're mad that we're friends.
How do you know who Ariana's friends are? You haven't been with her for 2 years. And even when you were with her, you were too busy having sex with her friends. So how do you know anything about Ariana? Seems like you didn't put a lot of investment in that relationship as it is. You really just cared about you and your sequin pants, your karaoke band, and putting your dick everywhere else. So I don't know how this man is the authority on who's friends with Ariana. Even if she started by saying, oh yeah, we follow each other on Instagram, and then was like, and we're friends. Maybe she didn't say it to you because it's a game called Traders, and strategically she didn't want to be your target by saying we're friends. She just like, maybe she just wanted to warn you because she saw that you followed her because you guys are creepy like that and you do check out other people's Instagrams. So maybe she was afraid that you already knew that. And so she was like, I better just put this out there, but I don't want to put out too much information. So I'll just say, yeah, we do follow each other, just so you know I am friendly with her. And then she felt comfortable later to be like, we're friends. How are you the authority on who's Ariana's friends when Ariana cut you off a long time ago? And even when you were together, you weren't really paying attention. You just were paying attention to your boner.
Friends. And then she did this thing that was like, well, I follow Ariana on Instagram to like, Ariana and I are friends.
Yeah.
And you're just doing this because you're mad that we're friends. And then she did this thing that was like, she like put her shoulders up. She's like, I don't even feel like safe being this close to you. Like, it was so weird.
Like you're a murderer.
Yeah. It was a lot.
A lot of women would not feel safe next to a man who's currently in a lawsuit for filming his partner who trusted him without her consent while she was engaging in a sexual activity. Yeah. That doesn't make us feel safe when you are being sued for revenge P and saving a video without her consent on your phone when you guys were FaceTiming of her doing the fingerling allegedly. A lot of women don't feel safe around men like that. A lot of women don't feel safe around men who will lie straight to your face, manipulate, gaslight, do all the things that we've watched you do on television. A lot of women wouldn't feel, you're not the kind of guy people feel safe around. I know you think you are because you're like, look at my 90s haircut. And I go to concerts to see Bush. But most women are going to be like, bad vibes. So they're not going to feel safe. So Chrishell has every right Also, are you not plugged in? Well, he's not plugged into women. That's why we choose the bear. Every fucking time, bro. Oh, he's so dumb. So dumb. Literally the dumbest.
This is your sign to ditch.
Okay. Oops. I accidentally was
So like Ariana and I are friends.
Yeah.
And you're just as close.
Point that you kind of escape that. Like that some comments on TikTok and about that. Like even when you had it seems like from a viewer's standpoint that you kind of escape that. Like that the rest of the show
I'm just gonna move on from that.
Was not about that. Like even when you had like you were very entertaining.
Thanks.
Tom, people, let me read you some comments on TikTok in case you are ignoring them. Hate to admit it, but when I saw them kill Sandoval, I stopped watching. His confidence is actually inspiring. I need to rewatch VPR to remember who the villain is. It's Tom, but I can't remember after this redemption arc. Bruh, I can't believe it, but I was rooting for him. Then somebody said he's so damn delusional, and somebody else said,
do you see how he's like, he loves it. He eats this shit up. It's what him and Jax exist for. Is like feigning that they give a shit, and then they're more concerned with how the public feels about them than actually being a good person or how they treat people. That's what it appears to be. And Twisted Life is saying, I've heard that so much as a response. Yes, these past 2 years. Oh my gosh. It's the whataboutism, like, well, of it all. It's very much like that. It's not like I murdered someone. Okay, so you want to compare it to the worst thing that can possibly happen? Like, what do you want? A friggin' medal? What do you want? A cookie? There are levels to this shit. Like, it isn't just like murder or non-murder and murder. And as long as you didn't murder anyone, you're fine. That's not how life works. But yes, they use it all the time. It's like this shitty talking point that's just so dumb. And since you guys requested, we'll take, since we are now halfway through, I'm going to kind of skip ahead a little bit. We will take a glycerine cleanse. Glycerine.
We love a Delulu kink. And somebody said he wasn't good. And somebody said, but he was so iconic. I was sad when they killed him. He was entertaining. He made the show. What a mistake killing him off. These are the fucking vibes right now. How does that feel? Like, how does it feel?
No.
Why does everyone keep pulling up like 5 comments online and reading it to him between this podcast, Andy Cohen, on Watch It Happens Live, and the reunion? It's like, oh, hey, I can read to you 100 comments where it says, he still sucks, he's stupid, I'm not that entertained, still don't want to see him on TV. But they read these 5 same comments like, he's Delulu, but it's entertaining. I like laughing at him, so I guess I can deal with him. And then that's how, all of a sudden, like, oh my God, the tides have turned. But they haven't.
It feels great. I mean, look, whether they're laughing with me or at me,
yeah,
I'm just glad that they're laughing.
Yeah. And not bringing up like that this is a new
that it's just like I love.
Is this who you've been all along?
Yeah.
Are you like, hey guys,
I've
been this goofy dude that takes shit way too seriously and it's kind of funny, which you, by the way, you have been, because let's look back at like montage, you bring in the fucking sidecar with Schwartz and
old man makeup and drag and like
all the things.
All that shit was so boring on Vanderpump. The Tom and Tom bromance played out so quickly. And it's so performative. This like quirky weirdness that Carolyn would talk about. We wanted to all scream through our screens and be like, it's performative. It's not real. And yes, he did not make the show. That's real.
Strobe party, walking in on stilts, like
whoa.
You've always been,
you've
always been this way. So it was nice to get that side back.
Not just
so, but the laughing at you, does that hurt your, like when the pit stuff was happening?
No.
The sweating. What was the sweating? How hot was it?
It was fucking hot as shit in there.
How hot?
Like 23 people in a room, 80 degrees, and you're wearing a wool sweater because your luggage has been lost. And I had like, I was
and it's gray.
Sick.
Gray is not a good color for sweating.
Exactly. Gray is the worst color.
Yeah.
Dylan actually took his sweater off too. Because he was like, we were both at the mercy of the stylist that day. And he took his off. He had a white tank top underneath. They're like, Dylan, you got to put your shirt back on. He's like, fuck. It was so hot in there.
Because people started like saying like you were detoxing or like.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
And what do you have to say to that?
That's really annoying and fucked up, especially because like I definitely don't do fucking cocaine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of cocaine.
She didn't say you did cocaine. She just said detoxing. And you say you don't read the comments. You said cocaine. Especially said don't do fucking cocaine. Okay. All right, just one of your besties been doing it for over 20 years, and you guys okay. Okay. Nobody said cocaine. You did. Someone looks guilty.
Well, what do you have to say to that?
That's really annoying and fucked up, especially because like I definitely don't do fucking cocaine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ariana?
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of cocaine, did you see Jax came out as that he was addicted and now he's sober?
Yeah.
You know, she wanted to say cokehead. You know, Jax came out as a cokehead. Someone who's did that and was sober. He's like, yeah, I had no idea. Sheena says everybody knew. So Sheener, can we get a confirm? Can we get a confirm on this? This guy, can we get a little confirm? Thanks.
What do you say to that?
I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Schwartzy.
Yeah.
I saw somewhere, correct me if I'm wrong, people of the world. He said that he's been closer to Jax since Vanderpump ended.
Yeah.
Is that's sad?
I think I mean, I don't look, I mean, again, you know, Jax has Cruz and it's just
has Cruz. Oh, the baby.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like a cruise ship. No, but
that's what a good dad you are, Jax. People are like Cruz. No, Brittany has Cruz. Oh yeah, he's a dad sometimes when the cameras are on. Okay, yeah, cool. Okay, yeah. Or yeah. I thought because he went on so many cruises, you know, like nose cruise. Okay.
But Schwartz is closer to Jax than he is to you. He's saying.
Oh, he said that?
I think so.
You think so?
Wait, you think Jax said it?
I don't know.
Is that not true?
I don't know. I mean,
okay.
I don't think Schwartz would say something like that. I just don't think he would. Whether he was closer to me or closer to Jax, he wouldn't say like, well, I'm closer to Jax and Tom. Like, I feel like.
Okay, maybe Jax said it. Jax is leaning on Tom Schwartz as much as he can during recovery. Oh, no. Tom Schwartz reveals he's closer to Jax Taylor than Tom Sandoval.
Oh, really?
Yes,
well,
babe.
they live next door to each other.
Oh, she found the receipts. She was like, wait, you're questioning me? Well, let me just pull this out.
Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything.
TLC says, yeah, Jack's trying to get ahead of season 2. That's exactly what he's doing, damage control, because the audience will see what a monster he is. Jax doesn't get to be with Cruz. Poor Cruz.
Other.
Okay, so that would make sense.
Yeah.
Okay, but your feelings are a little hurt. He's your boy.
Look, I don't. Doesn't. I mean.
But you and Jax are not friends.
No, we are.
You are.
Yes.
But he always
together.
I just talked to him yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just talked about. We did Coke. No. We drank Coca-Cola Classic together yesterday.
How can you guys be friends after all of your fucking shit? It's so crazy.
I mean,
like he's looked at you in the face and been like, "I fucking hate you." Basically. Am I making this up, you guys? He has.
No, you're not making it up.
He's come and like I feel like deep down, you know what I mean? When you can, sometimes you get the feeling of like someone doesn't actually from their core like me.
Drag him.
They're not wishing the best for me.
I think he's just gotten angry.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love that you're still positive about that.
I mean, I think he would say the same thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, we've been pissed at each other for sure.
Oh,
let's talk about a little bit of beauty stuff with you for a second.
Okay.
Okay. Your nails. I see that they are they clear polish right now?
Don't care about his beauty stuff. When you're ugly on the inside, it doesn't care what you look like on the outside.
I've done it in a minute.
Patrick's nobody beats our prices.
Ooh, nobody.
Okay.
Huh?
Hands, that's not.
Oh my goodness. So many ads.
table, I really pushed hard for it.
Yeah.
I had talked to Sam ahead of time.
And Rob out. Detoxing.
I was not detoxing.
It's really pure for.
Are you taking credit for getting Boston Rob out?
You better not.
Am I taking credit?
Yeah, like would you say like that was your play?
I would say that there was a lot of people that, you know, Derek was on to him. Yeah. I mean, I think that day at that round table, I really pushed hard for it.
Yeah.
I had talked to Sam ahead of time, and at that point I didn't have a lot of credibility going into that round table. So he's like, Tom, I'll start it off for you. Yeah.
But you thought you were like, you guys, you were confident he's a traitor.
Yeah.
You guys watching at home, like I was. How can you guys see it? Like, how is he playing you for so many episodes?
Do you know what I literally told people? I said, guys, and they're not gonna, because it breaks the fourth wall. I was like, guys, people are gonna be screaming at the fucking
you said
TV.
that?
Yes. I said, guys, people are gonna be screaming at the fucking TV, including Bob the drag queen.
Okay.
That like, guys, I said that Boston Rob is a traitor.
Yeah.
I was like, guys, come on. That was like kind of, I feel like really what like sparked people to like
Listen to
like
you.
Sam and Ivar. Like I
Sunshine
remember
and
sitting in the room, and of course
wish
Dylan
they
was there. And he's
were.
like, no way, man. Sorry.
That's
no
what's funny
way.
about Dylan. Like he looked at the beginning like he was just so good at playing the game, but the people that he trusted the most ended up being the traitors, like Danielle and Rob. And he like was like, Danielle's my girl. I was like, oh my God. Even watching.
Okay, but I think we know that Dylan was using traitor angels. Like I think there were definitely times where he was doing that. And then Tom, look at how he's loving how she's like calling Dylan out as not that. Because you know Tom wishes, he doesn't wish that he's the joke of the show. He wishes he was the Dylan Efron, the heartthrob, the one everybody likes, the good guy, if you will. So he's loving her kind of dragging Dylan's game and being like, he was always wrong. But Tom doesn't even understand the concept of traitor angel. He'll say something soon that's like indicating that, but someone had to tell him that. He did not understand that.
Not like Danielle and her dramatic acting, like falling on the floor, shaking.
That I didn't even see that.
Oh, you didn't notice
because
that?
I was so annoyed. Because that night, that day, I remember going to Dylan. We got in the car, we rode together, and at this point, it's less people, so you're only riding in the car with one other person. And I was like, dude, it's Danielle and Carolyn. You know that, right? You know that they're traitors. They've been protecting us. I'm like, there's a slight possibility that it could be Dolores. And at that point, I was off.
Oh, Carolyn and you.
Sir, you thought it was Dolores. Give me a break.
You know that, right? You know that they're traitors. They've been protecting us. I'm like, there's a slight possibility that it could be Dolores. And at that point, I was off.
Oh, Carolyn and you were friends, so you thought she was protecting you?
Yes.
Oh. Uh-huh. Okay.
After the murder in plain sight, I was like, it's weird. I was like, think about it. They both have like gone after each other, but yet they like don't hang out like in the like meaning they're like Boston Rob and Dylan were like always around together. Like same thing with like Brittany and Danielle. They're always like hanging out, but like Danielle and Carolyn weren't walking around the castle together. They weren't really ever talking, but yet there was this weird underlying thing that was happening between them. And I started to pick up on it. And it just hit me. And then I told myself, okay, well, that night, so that day in the castle was the last day that you could recruit as a traitor.
We literally watched the season. Like Silly Goose is saying, Dylan said he knew they were being protected in the car. Tom had to think about it. But this is what Tom does. I think he lies so much that he doesn't even now realize he's lying. He convinces himself that he's telling the truth. He's like whatever I know there's pathological and all these other types, and Jax Taylor is, allegedly he's a, pathological liar. So Tom Sandoval is some variation of that, most likely, because now he's talked himself into these delusions of grandeur. They're like, I had to tell him, yes, sir. No one really wanted to play with you, Tom, because they knew you would spill the beans and you weren't really good at this game. You were just a joke, bro.
And so I had thought that Dolores might be a traitor, right?
Oh yeah, you were hung up on that.
I was. There was a lot of things.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's
I love the second time watching this. I am loving Amanda just going, yeah, you were hung up on, yeah, just like getting him, not letting him slide. He's like, I had thought for like a minute, and she was like, oh yeah, you were hung up on that, and he
And-
gets defensive.
so I had thought that Dolores might be a traitor, right?
Oh yeah, you were hung up on that.
I was. There was a lot of things.
Yeah?
Yeah, it seems ridiculous when you watch it and you know that it's a traitor,
Right.
Pulse of that could be it.
but she was the first one to get off the boat in the first challenge, didn't care. She's
And also she stayed for a long time.
yeah.
I mean,
and
she's still, yeah.
she also
and she
like
won.
never seemed to care about getting a shield. Never really was worried ever about getting murdered.
Uh-huh.
And she'd be like, oh, you know, like we're walking in the breakfast that day that Boston Rob got out. She's like, well, I hope Boston Rob doesn't get murdered. And I'm like, everybody's looking around, they're like, Boston Rob's a fucking traitor.
Yeah.
Like, why are you saying that? Like, it's so obvious that he's at least probably a traitor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not going to get murdered. He's going to walk in. There he goes, walking in. Oh my gosh, Boston Rob. Whoa, he made it through the night.
Okay.
I'm just like, this seems performative.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of things that Bob the drag queen, very, very, like, I was in the car when he was talking about, you know, something serious and personal with him, but he was very adamant about how he doesn't believe in God. And then I forgot about that. And she never said anything like, well, actually, I didn't hear that part. Actually, I didn't hear that part in the car, but he said that.
Sir, what are you even fucking saying at this point? Like, what? Well, actually, I wasn't there. I was there. Actually, I wasn't there.
At the round table, and she didn't bring that up until
Like Judge Judy, when you tell the truth, you don't have to have a good memory.
after the fact.
Mm.
So I'm like, I just felt like she always seemed to vote with the group.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But you were wrong at the end.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was, but I wasn't the only one that thought that
but
way.
the Boston Rob thing was ridiculous. Watching it was
yeah.
I'm
like, you guys.
It's probably like these dum-dums. But how scary is it? Because I feel like I was trying to think all the time, like if I was on the show, how would I know what to do? Because on one hand, you want to like find out, but then if you do, then you have a target on your back and you'll get killed. So how do you navigate that? Like wanting to play the game, find the traitors, whatever, but at the same time knowing that if you speak up, you'll be killed.
See, I just wanted to, like, when I went on there, I was like, I just want to be transparent and just very straightforward with everyone. Like I don't think I would have done the show if I would have been a traitor. Like I think I just would have.
Yeah, were you scared they were going to make you a traitor?
I was pretty adamant about the fact that I'm like, I'm not.
You genuinely think you wouldn't be good at it?
No.
Why?
No, I just wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
No, like lying, cheating, stealing, having a double life. Like what about me, Tom Sandoval, makes you think I'd be good at that? Is it that I have lots of experience doing that? And some success? No, I don't. Doesn't make sense to me. Tom, we need just a tinge of self-awareness. He's like, no, I would not be good at lying, cheating, stealing, and living a double life. No, it's just not in me. Bro, it is you. It's not just in you, it is you.
No way.
And there are people that want to be one.
Yes, that's what I told Alan. I was like, hey, if somebody wants to do something, they're going to be a lot better at it than somebody who doesn't want to do it. Yeah.
Nobody thought you were a traitor, or did they?
No.
Huh.
They knew.
This groundbreaking device is taking the...
Because most likely you told them, no, this is my redemption tour. Because it didn't work on Vanderpump. So I told them, like, I can't be a traitor. Because I need the world to see that I'm like a good guy.
Like, just like you believe them, like that they're faithful from the get.
I at one point, somebody said something and I was like, guys, I'm not going to come out here at the slight chance to like win money to, at that point in time, like lie and be deceptive. And it's not worth it for me. That's not fun. That's not what I want to do.
Yeah.
I couldn't like have fun doing that at all. Like
when you get the letter.
Does this guy like hear what he's saying? Do you hear the words coming out of your mouth? I couldn't have fun lying. You sure had fun with Rachel Raquel. Lying about that for a long time. Sure had fun lying about, was it Miami Girl? Lying about that for a long time. Okay.
that you're killed, is it like you wake up in the morning and it's waiting for you? What's the thing? So
it's
you
a
wake up in the
thing.
morning, you get dressed, and there's a chair outside. And then you see the
you
note.
go into a room and you get
you go into in a room.
in it. Yeah.
But wait, but if you're going to a room, then you already know.
Well, they have people walk into breakfast, right?
Yeah.
And then as you're walking into
Interesting,
breakfast,
Rory.
they're like, okay, we're gonna have these 3 people go or these 2 people go.
Why? How'd you know?
I just knew it.
Because why? You spoke up too much?
Yeah.
So see, that's the problem. So how do you play?
Like, I knew I was gonna get murdered. Oh, okay, we're gonna fast forward a little bit because it's painful.
We don't want to necessarily get like we want to save the people that we think are probably traitors for when they don't reveal themselves.
Okay.
Right. And it was like Danielle and Carolyn were pretty obvious. I was like, Dolores could not be. I mean, Ivar thought she might be as well. Like
Throwing other people under the bus. Not just me. It was Ivar too. Ivar's pretty stupid. Yeah, not I just for like a second. Amanda's like, no, you were like a dog with a bone. You wouldn't let that go.
and then when we get to the fire of truth or whatever it is,
The fire of truth or whatever it is.
if Danielle or Carolyn are still there, it's like, bye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like,
Oh, he had a plan. He had a plan. Okay, whatever, Tom. We're gonna fast forward a little.
yeah, I would have not been so vocal about. You guys know that I was like, you guys know it's Danielle. Danielle's a traitor, right? Like
You would have kept that to yourself.
yeah.
Really? See, this is, I feel like, the hard part about playing the game. Like, what's the best strategy? Be quiet? Is that the best strategy?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of strategies. You know,
Did you go in with any strategy to the game?
Girl, don't ask him what the best strategy is.
I just was like, I'm gonna try to do everything that I can, and I know I'm gonna get murdered.
So, okay, you went in with low expectations then.
I'm like, I'm gonna bust my ass on all the missions, or challenges.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about your mission, the the fucking weird doll shit. This was the best TV. I remember I was late to watching that weekend. Everyone was like, you have to watch. Like, it is fucking crazy. Did you see Sandoval on that scene? It was crazy. This was a laugh with you at you moment. Because again, how did you do that? Never would I ever be able to pick up that doll and it go like,
it was so
and I
hard.
can't believe it worked for them to do it on the thing and then it switched it.
I
Like,
mean, Brittany did help too, but like from the get-go, I could tell everybody just wants to get a shield, and they're like,
wait, is that like that in general? Like, do people care about the money? Like, we're wondering as viewers.
I mean,
because it seems
yeah.
like, yeah,
yeah, they do.
okay,
Yeah, because I don't know.
yeah. I mean,
You're
they
gonna get it
should,
at
but
the end.
You should, Tom. You should care about the money a lot because you got to pay your mom back.
at points, it seems like they don't. But okay,
Yeah.
so they do. So everyone's trying to get a shield. You're the only one picking up these
I
dolls.
just was like, yeah, I'm like, okay, like nobody. Also, I could tell like the 3 other people I was with, they're like, I don't want to. Like somebody else take the wheel on this.
yeah.
yeah.
And
So
you
I was
did.
like, I'll do this.
Were you shocked that it worked? Like
Yes,
that somehow from
I'm
you making
completely
these
shocked.
like weird noises from this doll, they are actually discovering the song.
Yeah,
Wild.
I thought that you could just do the tones backwards,
Mm.
and that would work. And then what I realized after doing it is that like you couldn't. You had to do the yeah like sounds.
Not
And you,
again.
Cool face to face, but he
You know he's doing that at his karaoke shows. Okay, he's like, "Yips, you guys remember me on the Traders?" And I was like, "Yips, yips, yeah." And they're like, "Isn't he just singing one of his songs?" That just sounds like his singing voice.
you were cool.
yeah.
I mean, he came in with something that proved too. You know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, nothing really surprises me these days. Face to face.
Saying no background.
Now he's gonna talk
Assisted.
shit on Sam Spears. How dare you talk about that beautiful man who, like people are saying in the chat, you ruined his strategy of finding out who the traitor was by asking what Alan was wearing when the traitors had to meet face to face to do their murder. And you totally were like, what's up? And Sam's like, no, Tom, don't give it away. And Tom's like, but it was so now he's gonna talk ish on Sam Spears.
This challenge.
I mean, having any sort of musical background would help in this challenge. Yeah.
Sam was saying not great things about your musical ability.
Oh, he said a lot of.
Did you care?
I mean, me and him were like really cool face to face, but he's definitely done a lot of shit talking about me.
Oh yeah, was that surprising to you?
I don't know. I mean, nothing really surprises me these days.
Yeah, but you thought you were cool.
Is it shit talking or is he just telling his truth? Like, come on, bro. You were annoying as fuck to him as you destroyed his strategy there. Is it shit talking or is it just his experience with you? Stop it. Stop it. He just constantly goes into victim mode.
Well,
Gary, go on.
Oh, the ads are ridiculous. Okay. Thank you, Chickenhead PK Dorkface Neely, for the super chat saying, just got here and I watched Dylan. Tom knew Carolyn was a traitor. And I think that's why people were asking. I saw some of my comments were like, do you think Carolyn told Tom she was a traitor. And I don't think she would do that. But I don't know. I don't think she would.
I mean, he came in with something to prove too. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I was saying that I like about the show is that you come on to play a game. Like, there's literally almost zero personal shit, you know? So you can look beyond with Sam, for example. You forget that he was Britney Spears. Like I did. I was just watching it as Sam.
I just took people like you're my, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Could anybody from Vanderpump be good at this, at Traitors?
No.
I mean, I'm sure anybody could.
Yeah?
Yeah, if they wanted to be. I mean, I don't know.
So here's a good chance. So here's a good example. Here's a good chance for Tom to maybe pay Lala and Sheena back for their loyalty to him on season 11. This is a good time because they both have been very clear that they want to be on the show. Sheena has said so. Sheena's even told him so. And Lala was talking about on her podcast, and I think she might have been recapping some episodes. This would be a great opportunity for Tom to pay it forward, to give his fellow Vanderpump cast who, you know, turned to Team Tom's redemption in season 11 and throw out their names and be like, yeah, they'd be good at it. But we know he's not going to do that.
Who do you think the most?
I don't know. I know Sheena really wants to be on the show.
Oh, she does?
Okay, so that's not how I know she really wants to be on the show. Not being like, oh, they should have Sheena. She'd be great. And she loves the show. You don't support other women, Tom. It's like what Ramona said to Bethany.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
and this probably happened around International Women's Day. And I saw Tom post in his stories about how he loves women. And post a picture of his mom. Pay her back her money. I'm sure she doesn't want an Instagram post from you. She wants $250,000 to go back into her retirement, allegedly.
Lala could be good, probably.
You think?
Yeah.
So Amanda's trying to throw her girls a bone. Be like, I think Lala could be good. And he goes, you think? Again, ladies, this is why you never simp for toxic men. They'll always stab you in the back and continue to be toxic. Stick up for the women, especially if they're your friends. But even if they're not, you'll win more than staying and standing up for toxic men like Tom.
Yeah.
Sandoval.
I think Lala would be like, I think she could be good. Yeah.
Then he was like, I think she'd be like too loud. Yeah, I guess she could be good. Yeah, okay, whatever.
I don't
just
know if
depends.
it's a traitor as a faith
Depends.
fall. I think if I played you guys,
yeah,
I would like just not say anything the whole time. I feel like that's like the safest way to go.
Hey, you murdered.
And then
bro, why are you cheaping? Why are you so cheapy? Why are you so cheapy? Why is he so sleepy? Why is he yawning? Are you boring yourself? Because you're definitely boring us. Notice the disrespect on Amanda's podcast. She's got a whole baby. But he's like, oh, I'm so tired. Staying up late, publicly breaking up with my girlfriend, fighting and going to Bush concerts and not doing Coca-Cola Classic. Oh, so tired.
I think if I played you guys, I would like just not say anything the whole time. I feel like that's like the safe.
The minute a woman starts talking about herself, he's like, oh, I think we should wrap this shit up.
I don't know if it's a traitor as a faithful. I think if I played you guys, I would like just not say anything the whole time. I feel like that's like the safest way to go.
Hey, you murdered.
And then you would get murdered?
Yeah.
Why? I'm harmless.
Yeah, but
oh, God.
When it's, I don't know. That's such a boring way to play.
It is a boring way to play.
Such a boring.
If you
one more time,
harmless,
we need a slow motion
the whole time.
Lon.
I think she could be good. Yeah.
I don't know if it's a traitor as a faithful. I think if I played you guys, I would like just not say anything the whole time. I feel like that's like the safest way to go.
Hey, you murdered.
And then you would get murdered.
It's crazy how much the interview doesn't really change. Slowing it down to 0.5. You're like, no, that's kind of what it sounds like in my head as we've been listening to it. Now I'm going to speed it back up to 1.3.
Yeah.
Why? I'm harmless.
Yeah, but
hey, Robin.
when it's, I don't know. that's such a boring way to play.
It is a boring way to
It's
play.
such a boring.
The audience kind of also felt like so many people said this to me that they wish we didn't know who the traitors were. Do you agree with that? Like, it would be cooler.
It would be cool if.
Okay, let's see if he says anything else.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, and then you're just like, I think it's better to be killed.
Yeah, I think so too.
Being banished sucks.
Do people
especially when
plan
everybody
out those speeches?
Brittany definitely did.
Brittany definitely did. Yeah, heaven forbid she just be ready to plead her case at a round table, getting to the end of the game. That's not like, I don't think that's the read you think it is, Tom.
But
I can tell.
But like, I feel like
I could tell. She didn't sound like a fucking idiot like I do. I could tell. Oh, I hope Brittany does a podcast soon and drags him.
everyone does, because you have to end it like, because I'm a faithful, and leave. So you have to have a plan.
I think maybe you slightly plan it out.
Yeah.
I didn't really have anything planned, but
no,
I would start planning if I saw
that the round table's
votes
going.
are like, I'm like, okay, I better find something cool
it's not going to be cool
to say.
Right, because you need something cool to say. But I agree. I would rather be killed. Would you choose anybody else to be a traitor in the house? Like, not who? Do you think anybody else in the house that wasn't a traitor would be more suitable to be a traitor than whoever was?
I think Wes would have been a good traitor.
Behold the branch ergonomic chair.
I think a man would be a good traitor. I think he'd be great because he's a man, and women are annoying. Unless you're like having intercourse with them. Yeah, all in good taste. That slowing it down was priceless. No difference. Can't tell. I couldn't find the difference.
Yeah, he didn't really get to show his chops on the show. Okay, question that audiences want to know.
TLC says, I'm glad he's not advocating for loser Jax, at least, to go on traitors. I wonder if Jax is working out so hard in hopes of special forces. Oh, I'm sure he is. He's been very vocal about wanting to do that show. Oh, God, please don't let him do that show. But I think Tom Sandoval would never advocate for Jax because they're too competitive with each other. They're always trying to be the number one guy in the group when they're both like the last guy in the group. So I think that has more to do with him, just being in competition with him than not wanting to build up problematic men, because he definitely would do that. And also Jax, speaking of which, he announced a new podcast because we know Brittany took over their podcast. And so now he's going to be doing In the Mind of a Man with Podcast One. And I was like, it should be In the Mind of an Abusive Liar. Because if you're a man, you should be insulted that Jax is calling himself a man with that behavior. Like, who's going to listen to that podcast? Okay. I'll probably roast up the first episode, but bro, gross.
Does the time really matter on challenges? Because they make it seem like
in the classic, and the crickets were like biting because they're getting.
You do like fucking skydive without.
Okay, I think we saw what we need to see from this Tom Sandoval interview. That was just a mess. This man, he needs to really work on himself, which I don't think he'll ever do. Some kind of media training wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but he's so bad at interviews. Like every interview he does, he might be getting like, he got some hope on, the traitors and then with his performance, but then every interview he does, he just reminds people why they don't like him. Because he can't hide behind an edit. It's just him, and if they don't edit out all the dumb things he says and all the times in which he's trying to be a victim and blaming women and stuff, well, then they wouldn't have an episode because they'd have to take out everything. So he just will always be his own worst. You're your own worst enemy. It was just such a mess. Shut up. It did not. TLC said the first episode launched today. Oh, is that what I saw? Yes, I saw that on Instagram. I think I commented on Instagram and I was like, why does Alex Baskin-Robbins why is he always talking to this dude? Jax Taylor. What is Alex Baskin-Robbins getting out of this? There's a whole cast he could talk to from The Valley or other Bravo television shows, but he's always talking to Jax. Oh, yeah. Run, Vicky, run. Yeah. In the Mind of the Man is now going to be an official podcast with Podcast One. Steven, as a real man, you should be offended that this man is going to talk as if he's in the mind of a man like you. Yep, 31 flavors of lies coming out of Jax Taylor. That's what his podcast should be. 31 flavors of lies. In the mind of an abusive liar, something like that. He shouldn't even have a podcast. Ugh. Yuck, yuck, yuck. All right, I'll roast it. If you guys all comment and say you want me to roast it, I'll roast it. I'll roast. You know, I love roasting toxic men. It's like one of my joys in life. Really, you have to find something to live for, and I live for that. And my rescue dogs and my family, but mostly roasting toxic men. It just makes me all tingly. Can't help it. I'm not gonna lie. All right, please watch it so we don't have to. You guys, sounds like you guys want me to watch it. Roast it. Oh, just Kelly coming in. More clever than any of these men could be. More like mind that man. Roast it. Oh, I see. Roast it. Okay. After the video posts, if I have 25 comments from 25 different people saying roast it, I will roast the first episode. Also, let's see if we can hit over 300 likes on the video if we haven't already, because we were 300 to 400 strong this entire live. I know we didn't get to the Gabby and Carolyn stuff, but I'm trying to think later. I have plans with my in-laws, and I have members. But tomorrow I'll do it. Tomorrow we'll go over the Gabby and Carolyn interview. So you guys are putting in the chat, which I love, but put it after this live is done in the comments. If we get 25, roast it. So immediately when this ends, head to the comments and just write roast it. And if I count 25 from 25 different people, I'll roast it. All right. That'll be a fun little game. You guys are wonderful, beautiful pumpkin spice babies. Shout out to all my super chatters today and new members. Christina Byington, thank you. Kenzie Gray, Evelyn, Nicole Larson, LXU, Natterpuss, Pamela B, Chickenhead, PK Dorkface, Neely. And you guys, in just an hour, I will be back for members only. So make sure that you're signed up either here on YouTube as a member or on Patreon, so that you can get the link for that and join us for a fun little members where we can let our hair down and kind of say things that we might not say on a public live, if you know what I mean. Secrets revealed. Okay. And having some fun. If you're not a member or a Patreon supporter, no worries, because I'll be back very soon with another video and we'll be talking about the Carolyn and Gabby interview, among other things. You guys smash that like, make sure to comment, roast it in the comment section. And if we get 50 roasts it, I'll roast 2 episodes. So it's just totally free. All I got to do is roast it. If I get 50 comments that say roast it, I'll roast 2 episodes of Jax's. All right. You guys are wonderful. Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye.
If you like what you